Hello everyone, my name is Joni and welcome to Love Qualified, a ministry that is dedicated to encouraging others to experience the sovereign love of the one true God who has qualified us to be his beloved ones. I am a contemporary Christian romance author. I have published 3 Christian romance novels and 2 devotionals. The 4th Christian romance novel will be coming out September 2024 this year by God's grace. Welcome to our April's monthly reset. No, this is not April, this is May monthly reset. This is my favorite. It's quickly becoming my favorite, if not already my favorite video to film in the month, because this is the video where we just reflect on our goals for the previous month, and then we also use that to strategically make goals for the next month. It's a video where I just reflect on what God has been doing in different areas of my life, and then also just, talk about achievements, things that could be done better, and ways that we can become more productive. Me as a Christian woman and as an entrepreneur and author as well. So if that sounds right up your street, then keep watching. So there's different categories. Okay, I'm going to go straight into it because I have a lot of things to update you guys about. So I usually do work and life, faith and ministry, health and business, and then we'll talk about the goals as we go along. So in terms of work and life, I started doing the modules for the coil and implant training for my my work stuff that I was talking to you guys about. If you're not aware of what I'm talking about, then probably go and watch the previous research videos. I think I've mentioned it in the March one and the April one as well. I'll leave the playlist down below. I basically said that I'm a physician associate. I work in the UK. I work in primary care. So basically, I've been wanting to do this training that would enable me to be able to fit coils and implants, contraceptive coils and implants. And last month, I had planned to start. In March, I'd planned to kickstart doing the modules, and I didn't do it. So my goal for April was to actually, do it. And I'm happy to say that I actually started doing the modules, and I have booked some other modules as well, like some other courses that are required for me. So we're doing things, okay? We're getting there, and I'm excited about that. Another big update is that obviously I had 2 weeks off at the beginning of April. So from Easter up until the 14th of April, I was off work, which is a nice resting time. I'm going to tell you guys about what I did a bit later. But when I went back to work, my work schedule kind of changed, and I feel like this has been the best thing yet. I mean, it's only been 2 weeks I've been working with a new schedule, but I think I'm loving it. So you guys know I might have mentioned previously that I usually used to start work at 8 o'clock. So I'll do 8 to 6, and then one day I'll do 8 to 7:30. And this time around, because they've adjusted the number of patients that I see per clinic, I now start work later at 9 o'clock. So at the moment, Mondays is 9 till 6, Tuesdays is 10 because I do a later clinic, so 10 a.m. till 7:30, and then Thursday and Friday 9 a.m. till 6 p.m. And I have been loving it. Now I can have 1 extra hour of sleep, which will probably help my sleep goal when I get to the health part of this video. The only thing about that is that I don't have as much time anymore between my morning clinic and my afternoon clinic, and then that means that sometimes I don't get to go for my walk. But like I said, it's been 2 weeks since I've been working a new schedule. I've spoken to my supervisor about it, and apparently if I don't like this new schedule, I want to go back to starting earlier, I could always do so. But to be honest, I have been enjoying the extra hour of sleep, so I'm going to stick with that for now. But that has changed, and actually I am liking it. They increased my number of patients per clinic by 1. So I used to see 12 patients before, now I see 13. I was a bit nervous about that initially, but now I feel like it's just 1 more. I've just gotten used to it, and I think I'm getting a bit more efficient with that. So I'm excited about that. And then the other thing is that my clinics are more variable now. So because of the changes that they've made, obviously I don't work on Wednesdays, but Thursday afternoons I now have an dedicated admin session. So I don't have a clinic, a full clinic where I'm seeing patients. It's an admin session where I'm doing the admin work that's related to asthma reviews and long-term conditions and stuff, and it's quite chilled, and that I get to finish early and go home early, and I'm so excited for that. That has been quite nice. So yeah, I just wanted to update you guys about that. Obviously, I'll see how the rest of this month goes, and then I'll update you guys, next month, the way I'm still feeling about that. So that's it about my work schedule. My colleague also published her medical memoir. I have it on my iPad as an ebook version, but I'm gonna leave the beautiful cover on the screen. It's called Good Practice: Confessions of a Physician Associate Student by Chloe Brathwaite, and it's a medical memoir just about her journey, about going through physician associate school and all the different placements that she went through, and being a black woman who is like neurodivergent, and just all different things that she encountered and stuff like that. There's a bit of humor to it. I've started reading it. I'm still in chapter 1, but there's a bit of humor in it. Her writing style is quite nice. So if you love medical memoirs or you're interested in that, I would recommend her book. So go and read it. It's going to be amazing. I know it's already amazing, even though I haven't read the full book, but go and check it out. And then, so what I did on my time off earlier this month is I visited my best friend in Belgium. Now, this best friend of mine, we've been best friends since 2008 when I was in Cameroon, because I grew up in Cameroon. I was in boarding school there for 5 years before I moved to the UK. We hadn't seen each other face to face for 13 years, and we saw each other again for the first time earlier in April. It was such an emotional moment. I was so happy to go and see her finally. We spent, I was there for, I went there on, was it Thursday or Friday, and I came back on Sunday, so like 5 days. So it was really, really nice, and we did lots of things. I'll post some photos on there. We went for like a boat cruise and things like that, and had lots of like ice cream, Belgian waffles, and we cooked, we gisted. There was so many things that we did, and it was just so nice to catch up with her. Hopefully that wouldn't be the last, and we'll be able to meet up again lots of times in the future. But that's one thing that I really did, and I was so happy about that. My friend also had her 30th birthday praise and worship get together, which I might have mentioned in one of the previous vlogs that I did, but it was just a really nice time to like celebrate her and what God has been doing in her life. And also I visited a friend of mine who had a baby. They had the baby like 2 months ago. So yeah, I just visited them and to see the baby and just to greet them and stuff like that. And that's just amazing. So yeah, things are, I'm just loving the fact that people around me are winning, and people are doing things, reaching milestones, and I'm just so happy for everyone. So overall, in terms of like work and life, April was quite good, so I'm happy about that. Now we move on to faith and ministry. So I did one more book study session for the Fervent book study. I thought I was going to be able to do one more last week Saturday, but then there was a program at church which I had to be at like quite early on, so I wasn't able to do that. But hopefully this coming Saturday, the 4th of May, we'll be able to do another book study session. And then I was asked to be one of the judges for a writing contest for African Christian fiction readers and writers community. If you guys watched my April monthly reset, I said that I was a speaker for one of the conferences in March. So or April, like I think it was March, and so they asked me to be one of the judges, and I had turned down an opportunity to be one of the judges for a previous request that a friend of mine did for me. This was for like a foundation that she had, but they had like lots of submissions there. It was like 800 submissions, and I couldn't do it because I just didn't have the time to do that. But this time around there's not that many submissions, and there's a lot of judges anyway, so I'm excited to see that. It's Christian fiction, so I'm excited to see how that's gonna go. I'm probably gonna update you guys next month, see how things are, just my experience with being a judge. To be honest, it's such an honor. Like, I still consider myself as a newbie writer, honestly, but it's such an honor to have this opportunity to serve in that way, so I'm excited about that. And then I just want to speak about the Love Qualified Foundation very quickly. If you guys don't already know, I mentioned in last April's monthly reset that the Love Qualified business has a non-profit arm, and it's called Love Qualified Foundation. This is going to be a non-profit that would launch, I'm hoping it would launch in 2026. So what I've been doing, I did tell you guys in last month's April reset that I was working on the business plan. So I have done, I think, about 80% of the business plan at the moment. So I've filled out quite a lot of the things that I need to fill out there just to know a bit more about what's required of me. And I've been making like a whole to-do list, planning out some launch strategies and things like that, because I plan to launch the nonprofit at the same time as the publishing of my 2026 book, which is a book that's going to be set in Cameroon. The book that I actually wrote in 2020, I called it Project Cameroon. I'm going to leave the link to that video here, the writing vlog here, if you guys don't know about that book. But basically, that book is going to be published in 2026 by God's grace, and I want to launch the nonprofit at the same time. So I've finished like 80% of the business plan, but then I got discouraged, so I had to take a pause because I was, just going online and looking at other non-profits and just how well they were doing. And there's a friend of mine obviously who has launched a non-profit in Ghana, and they travel back like quite frequently, and they're quite hands-on. They have like lots of volunteers there, and I just was a bit discouraged because I was like, it's been 13 years since I left Cameroon, and now God has placed this idea in my heart to launch a non-profit that will be operating in Cameroon to help Cameroonians for Cameroonians. And although I do have friends from boarding school in Cameroon, I do have family there, I don't have like people that would, I haven't made like the necessary connections. So when it comes to like volunteering and stuff like that, I'm going to have to start all the way from scratch and make those connections. And I am an introvert, okay? I don't like putting myself out there, but this is really going to challenge me. This is really going to stretch me. I'm really going to have to put myself out there and connect with people to try and make sure that this works, because obviously I'm not going to have the liberty to be traveling, back home like as frequently as other people are able to, maybe once a year, and sometimes maybe not. I won't be able to do that at all because I have other commitments here, in the UK, so I might not be able to do that. So a lot of things I'm going to be able to manage like virtually, and with building a team back there. So I was a bit discouraged about that, and then I spoke to my husband a few days ago. I was just telling him about it, and he just really encouraged me, and he just really poured into me, and he just told me, stop comparing your journey with other people. God has given you this dream. It is going to happen because he's going to help you do it. And he was like, she told me, like, he made me realize how much like farther I've come, like how far I've come, because I've been making the research, the business plan, and I've been doing a lot of research already, and I know what I want. The vision is clear, the mission is clear. I have a plan for how we're going to do like fundraising and stuff. I'm already thinking about like the launch and like the strategies, like, different things. So I've come quite far, but I discarded all of that for like a moment. Like I just forgot about everything that I'd done for the last few years. And I was just really discouraged. So God used my husband to really encourage me, and I'm encouraged again. So I'm just going to keep working on the business plan until I finalize it. So you may not hear an update about that for a good few months, but when I'm done with the business plan, I will let you guys know. So that's that for faith and ministry. Then we're going to move on to health. So in terms of health, obviously, like I said, I have not been walking as much as I used to before, because since going back to work, obviously I've had less time between my morning clinic, so I haven't been walking as much, but I've been taking the opportunity to walk as much as I can. I did do one dance workout throughout the month of April. At least one is better than nothing. Okay, so we're pushing that goal again to May to do more dance workouts. At least if I'm not able to walk as much as I used to before at work, I want to supplement that with doing more dance workouts on my days off, like Wednesdays, during the weekends. I want to do at least one dance workout, which would be helpful to get my steps in and get me more active. I used to be really active when I was at university, and I feel like as I just entered into my working life and the kind of job that I do, sitting at a desk 9 to 5, my metabolism has slowed down a lot, and I need to get my metabolism going. So hopefully we can do more walking and more activity in May. And then my sleeping is a bit better. Remember I mentioned before that I wanted to sleep at least 8 hours, and I was averaging around 6 hours before, because I usually used to wake up at 6 a.m. if on the days when I'm starting work at 8 o'clock. But because I'm starting work at 9 now, and some days starting at 10, that means I get about 7 to 8 hours of sleep now, which is, if it's not, I want to be hitting the 8 hours most times. So on the days when I'm waking up at 7, I want to be going to bed at 11, so I get at least 8 hours. But it's getting better. Okay, I'm not feeling extremely tired, the next day. So yeah, we're doing better, so I'm glad about that. And one thing I just wanted to mention here is that I just really want to learn how to relax and how to rest. I feel like I don't know, I've forgotten how to rest properly, like just sit down and not do anything, because my brain is always like thinking of 100 million things to do. Like my husband, God has really blessed him with the ability to just rest and just like sleep for like 3-4 hour naps and things like that. Me, I can't have 3-4 hour naps. Like, I think maybe it's probably just me as a person that if I sleep for that long, when I wake up, I'm going to feel a lot like groggier and not well rested. But even when I sleep for like 3 hours, usually if I sleep for like 1 hour, 2 hours, that's okay for me. But like, I'm talking about like just resting, just relaxing, not doing anything and not wanting to do things, like just lying down, reading a book, just watching and just studying the word of God. And obviously I do that anyway, but I just want to learn how to rest, and hopefully in May I'll be able to do more of that. I have a bit of time off at the end of May as well, so hopefully, and my birthday is this month. I'm excited. Woo woo. So hopefully this is going to be like a restful month for me, and I'm just going to incorporate different ways that I can rest more. And the one way that I do that also is just trying to set attainable goals for myself. I feel like I'm good at doing that anyway, since really taking the reins on this entrepreneurship journey. I've really learned to just set attainable goals for myself. Like I don't push myself too hard, because I know if I push myself too hard, I'm going to burn out. So I always space out like my goals, and I feel like that works really well for me and helps me to have like breaks in between, which is always nice. So yeah, I'm glad about that. Now let's talk about business achievements for April. I finally got paid for that sponsorship video that I did in March. Got our first sponsorship video. Whether or not they will want to work with me again, I don't know. They'll have to let me know, but we're getting there. That's something that's amazing, and I'm grateful to God for that. And then I got my first 2 donations on Ko-fi. You guys, I mentioned in the last April monthly reset, when I was talking about my income streams, I said that one of the income streams I was hoping will become an income stream is the Ko-fi, where you can just support me monetarily as an author, as an entrepreneur. If you don't want to buy my books, but you just want to support me monetarily, you can just donate as little as £1 or $1. And yeah, I had some people. One of them was a person who read my books and she donated. The other person was somebody here on YouTube who watched my videos and enjoyed my content, and they donated. So thank you guys so much, so very much. I really appreciate you. It's the start of something big. I'm gonna celebrate the achievements. I know that there are people who have much more, like many more donations in a month, but like 2 in 1 month, and for something that I didn't really like advertise too much. I just spoke about it once or twice, but I always make sure that I leave the links down below. So if that is you and you want to support me, the link is down below. I did upload my books to Sella, which is another digital platform that is available for African readers. And I got my very first sale on it, which is amazing. I got my very first website ebook sale. So my books are available on my website, my ebooks, and I'm trying to encourage readers to buy from there instead, rather than the third parties like Amazon, because I get more of the royalties. And I got my very first sale there, which is amazing. I did my second coaching call. So the first one I did was in January, and then a second coaching client. So if you guys don't know, I offer author coaching services. If you need any advice about writing a book, self-publishing, or marketing, I can help you. If you have any questions you want to ask, you just need some guidance, some direction, then yeah, hit me up. The link is down below. I finished my beta reader edits for The One Who Holds Me, which is the 4th book in the Sovereign Love series, and I have sent it to my editor. Actually, that was going to be my goal for May, but I'm going to say it here already. I sent it to my editor. It's with her, so I'm just going to rest now. The other thing that happened is that one of my videos went viral on TikTok. This was a video that I posted. Yeah, this video now has like almost 70,000 views, and we hit 10,000 followers on TikTok. Like, wow. That video I posted like earlier in April, and it went viral. Well, mid-April, I would say. And as it went viral, obviously there were a lot of like sales from it, and so I've just been riding on that and just letting that video work for me. So I've not really been posting very much on TikTok or Instagram, apart from my Instagram stories, because it's the from the like the middle of April up until the end, everything was just passive income really, because that video was just, you know, working. It's just doing its thing, and I've met so many amazing readers, and there's people who have signed up to the mailing list, so people are going into the sales funnel, like the lead magnet sales funnel that I created in March. So I'm going to update you guys maybe later in the year to see how I'm finding the sales funnel thing with the email list. So yeah, that's that. And then our expenses actually reduced this month, guys. I mentioned in my March monthly reset that I spent like over 500 pounds on like just production stuff. Okay, I've been wanting not to hit that number again, just to try and make sure that I don't spend too much. So this month in April, last month April, we actually spent less than we've spent in the previous months, and I was very happy about that. And we actually sold 6 devotionals this month. That doesn't sound like a lot, but actually before I used to think that, oh, maybe we'll just sell 1 devotional a month. That was my goal, and that's 12 devotionals in a year, because to be honest, the devotionals, I find it hard to market them, because the poetry devotionals for people who really like poems really, and it's for like a small group of people. And then the companion devotionals for people who have really read The One Who Knows Me. So if you haven't read that, then you won't be able to enjoy the companion devotional. But people have been buying the companion devotional and buying Outpourings of Beloved Heart. I actually sent like a signed parcel for a friend of mine to her sisters in Cameroon, which is amazing. And I did mention in the vlog up here, so if you can go and watch that. So I'm happy about that. And then the last thing I just wanted to mention is just like piracy, like dealing with piracy as an author. I had a friend of mine reach out to me on Instagram the other day, and she was reeling for me, bless her heart. She was like, oh my gosh, I found your book on a group chat, and there was they were sharing free books, and your book was among the list. And I was like, how did they get it, blah blah blah. Piracy is stealing, by the way, from the author, and it's wrong. So if you are one of those people who just wants to find free books and you don't want to support the author by buying it, then maybe you should think again about how much work it goes into writing a book, editing it, how much money people spend to publish a book. Like, it is money that we invest into that. And so when we charge for these books, it's not big. Like, I wish that I could make my books free for everybody. That's why from time to time I do book sales. If you follow me on my Instagram, on my email list, if you're part of my email list, which I'm going to leave a link down below, if you're a reader and you're not part of my email list, you're missing out on a lot of things. I do a lot of giveaways there, and I do book sales from time to time where I'll reduce the price for a certain amount of time so you can take them, and you can save up and then buy the book just to support the author. I've just learned not to worry about it anymore, because I'm just like, okay, if somebody is my ideal reader and they want to support me as the author, they would go the extra mile to buy the book. People who are looking for free things aren't really going to be your ideal audience, really. Like, the ideal audience are going to be the people who are going to support you. So that's my take on piracy. There's nothing I can do about it. My books are always going to pop up on different websites. People are always going to find a way to download it and share it with their friends. Like, some people see that as a normal thing. It's just like PDF files. Somebody commented on my TikTok, one of my TikTok videos, saying that they were selling PDFs of my book for a certain amount. They were trying to get readers from my page to go and buy PDFs from their page of pirated copies of my book. And I literally had to publicly reply to that comment and be like, piracy is stealing from an author, okay? But will I be spending money to try and get these people? Like, there's no way I can find all the free copies out there and take them down. No way. So I'm not going to worry about things that I cannot control. I'm just going to keep working hard. I know that God is behind me. I know that the right people with the right audience, the people that God wants me to connect with, will come my way. And that's what I'm going to focus on. So that's my take on piracy. Okay. Now, business goals for May, very quickly. I want to send my, well, I said I want to send my manuscripts to my editor, already done that. And then I want to start drafting Love and Other Things book 1. I'm so excited. If you guys didn't know, my next Christian romance series is called Love and Other Things. And that's the name of the series. And it's going to be set in the UK, following 3 sisters as they juggle. Well, the series is going to follow 3 sisters as they juggle their love lives, faith, and small businesses. Now, I'm going to be starting the first book this month, okay? And of course I'm going to be vlogging it because I'm so excited. They're Cameroonian sisters. It's going to be sprinkling, like there's going to, not sprinkles, there's going to be lots of Cameroonian culture. I'm so excited because I'm Cameroonian. I'm going to be repping it, okay? Because Cameroon to the world, okay? So I'm so excited about that. And yeah, I'm going to be, you know, just keep an eye. If you're not subscribed to the channel, make sure you subscribe, make sure you like, make sure you hit the bell notification so that you don't miss a video. And then I want to try and keep the business expenses to less than £100. I'll see if that happens. If it happens, I'll let you guys know in next month's video. And then the last thing I want to do is to make and follow my marketing plan. In previous videos, I used to like go on Notion and like actually list out what I'm going to do, but I'm not going to do that. I feel like that's getting really boring and repetitive. So if you want to see like sort of the kind of things that I do for marketing, like social media marketing, SEO marketing, all the different types of marketing, email marketing, then go and watch the video where I showed you guys how I market my books. I'm gonna leave that up here as well. So that's it for the May monthly reset. I'm so excited for May and for what God is going to do. God has been doing amazing things, guys. So I want to let you know that I am so happy that you're here. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for following my journey. All the links that you need to know about me, about my books, services that I provide, they're all down below. Let me know how April went for you. And if you have any goals for May, I would love to know. Leave them all down in the comments below because I'd love to chat to you there. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you have a lovely day and God bless you. Mwah. Bye.